When you see someone sipping on a crisp, refreshing drink from McDonald's, you may suddenly crave one too. And that's normal. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
All your ice-cold go-to drinks are here whenever that mood hits. From classic Coca-Cola to a sparkling Sprite to a sweet, sweet tea. Get any size for just $1.39, only at McDonald's. Price and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The Big Bark, listen up dog owners, is for you, all you canine lovers. It's your favorite podcast, The Big Bark, with your host Darragh and canine co-hosts Bruno and Milly. The Big Bark.
Hello and a big welcome to the Big Bear Podcast. I'm your host Darragh and I'm joined as always by my canine co-hosts Bruno and Milly. They're flown around there somewhere because they are quite sleepy after their walk, and it is such a beautiful day outside there, and they have been enjoying the sunshine quite a bit today. So, sure, look, we might as well while it's here, because we don't know how long the sunshine tends to last in Ireland. It could be a day, it could be a week, it could be an hour. So, it's like a lucky dip in a way. So, a bit of a different episode this week. We have no guest this week, and I think it is the first time in the space of probably since the first episode, actually, we have always had a guest on the show. So this is a new one, and you're probably wondering what's going on there. I have one job to do, generally speaking, during the week, and that's actually book a guest or try and get someone in for like a slot on the show. I forgot to do that. So, yeah. Well, sure, I'll wing it. So, it's been a busy week. And we had a great response to our episode with Mac Maddie from Good Boy Dog Training last week. And such an insightful episode that was. And we continue to see the Big Bark take the top spot in the iTunes chart for pets and animals category week after week. So long may that last. So right, you're probably wondering, with no guest this week, what in God's name is this fella going to talk about for a whole episode? Well, I suppose, first of all, just to give you a kind of heads up what's been going on. We've been out and about meeting lots of doggies down around UL. Milly, of course, being a rogue, getting lots of rubs. Bruno going over and doing his John Wayne impression to every dog that he actually sees. It's quite funny thing. All I need on him now is like a cowboy hat, and he will be like literally the next John Wayne. So just put maybe 2 holsters on the side of him as well. That might work a bit better as well. But we also got new flyers printed in the last week, and thanks very much to the folks at Digital Printing Ireland for those. Always top quality. They did the calendars for us back in December, which is why I keep going back to them, because the stuff is just, it is amazing quality. And you'll probably see those out and about in different doggy-friendly venues across Ireland, hopefully, soon enough. Okay, so today we're going to be kind of covering different items from like the canine world, different news topics that are going on. And we'll be looking at what dogs up for adoption. And that would be with Pet Bond. We'll be looking into that there. And, well, I suppose, first of all, the Easter Bunny is on the way this week. And we all know what that means. Chocolate. And we know that chocolate is quite priceless for dogs. So, on that note, let's dive right into our first topic. You may notice there, I actually have sound effects on. That's actually quite new. And it's going to take some getting used to. And, okay, I have like a thingy-majiggy up here on my laptop. Let's just have a quick look. Now, okay, so we mentioned there about the whole area of chocolate, and it being Easter this week, that means there is going to be a crap ton of chocolate lying around the house. What happens when you have chocolate and you have a doggy? Doggies will, generally speaking, a lot of time try and eat anything. Bruno loves to try and eat my socks. But a very interesting article this week in the Irish Examiner, his weekly column, Pete Wedderburn, Pete the Vet, who's a big friend of our show here, and Pete talks all about the hazards of Easter eggs for dogs. So, okay, well, I suppose let's just kind of give away a background. Obviously, chocolate, as we all know, is very poisonous for dogs. And it contains a stimulant that is known as theobromine, and obviously tolerated by humans. But dogs, they metabolize theobromine a lot different to humans. And the high levels of theobromine can actually interfere, as Pete says in his column here, with the functioning of the heart muscle, leading to an irregular beat. And basically, it's a real life hazard. So, on lower quantities, like, okay, look, any amount of chocolate is bad for dogs. It's toxic for dogs. The darker the chocolate, the higher the concentration of theobromine. So obviously, plain dark chocolate, really, really high, really lethal. White chocolate, not so much theobromine in it. Actually, I don't think it contains any at all. It is wrong to give your dog any amount of chocolate. It's a no. It's a big no-no. And to be honest, like, you shouldn't actually do it. I don't know how many of you good old listeners here watch the Big Bang Theory, but there was actually an episode in the Big Bang Theory where Raj's dog went through a whole box of chocolates that Leonard and Penny left unattended. And, well, look, the dog was very lucky to actually, I suppose, come through that without any complications. But it's not just in TV or anything that you see this. This is a real life thing. You leave chocolate down, a dog is just going to think, oh, what's that? That's nice. That looks nice. I'm going to take that. But it is highly, highly, highly toxic. I'm not going to go too much more detail on this, because if you want to kind of know more about it, well, every dog owner should know chocolate is bad for your dog. And there's a lot of different factors that will, I suppose, determine how badly your dog can be affected. For more on this, and to listen or to read in full Pete Wedderburn's column, which is in the Irish Examiner today, or is it today, or sorry, the Monday the 11th, it was actually printed, and it's on the Irish Examiner website. And basically, your dog could die from chocolate poisoning, so be careful this Easter. That is the headline on the article. You might be thinking, geez, that's very grim, but like, that's the fact. That is actually the fact, that your dog could actually die, so, from chocolate poisoning. So look, be very careful. For kind of more information, look at Pete's column on the Irish Examiner. And also, if you have a dog that happens to get their paws on chocolate and like ingest chocolate, first thing to do is just ring your vet. And if you don't have a local vet that has out of hours, ring the vet on call after hours. So there's always a vet on call in every city, every town after hours. And make sure you do that immediately, or use an online vet messaging service, so an online vet service. So Perfect Club, which is run by Pete Wedderburn, is actually quite a good one. And actually, you can get, I believe, there is a current offer on, I believe, with Pet Stop Ireland, so the Pet Stop stores, and they have actually teamed up with Perfect Club. So if you go into any of your local Pet Stop store, you will see all the merchandise for Perfect Club inside there. You'll see a big silhouette of Pete inside there as well, and just ask the staff in Perfect Club what the story is, and like how you can actually get yourself signed up to Perfect Club. It's an amazing site. Look, I'm not getting paid to promote Perfect Club, just in case. I have had people say to me before, oh, you get paid to promote this and that. I actually don't. But really think Perfect Club is an absolutely fantastic site. And Pete is probably one of the most knowledgeable vets in Ireland. And probably, well, even further afield than that. So definitely recommend if you're in your local pet stop the next day. Also, Pet Stop are not sponsoring me either, just to clarify that. And if you're in your local pet stop, well then, check it out. All the details are in store there. Or just go to Perfect Club as well online and you can find all the details there. So, before anyone else asks me or wonders if I'm being sponsored by either of these, I'm not. So, on that note, I'm going to move on to our next topic. Okay, so we all know that in recent weeks and over the last 2 months, the situation in Ukraine has become absolutely just horrendous to see. And we see it day in, day out on TV. It's awful what's going on over there. Now, what's actually been happening as well is there have been a number of animal shelters over in Ukraine that have actually been bombed by Russian forces. Has been confirmed and verified by outlets such as Sky News and BBC and your main kind of news outlets. So they have actually verified all this information. But why, okay, so I don't really want to focus on the whole war thing because we do hear a lot of it. So great charity fundraisers still going on out there to raise funds for, and I suppose get animal supplies over to Ukraine. So definitely, I think if you want to get involved in that sort of things, definitely recommend it. That's not what I'm talking about today. What I want to talk about is actually, it's a beautiful story. And it is the story of a Ukrainian grandmother named Violetta, who was 86 years old. And since the war in Ukraine, she has resettled in Ireland. And from what I know of the story, it was actually a Dublin lady who helped to bring her and her family to Ireland. And it was, yes, according to the Irish Mirror, I don't really look at tabloids too much, but according to the Irish Mirror, Dublin woman Debbie Deegan, who had helped Violetta's family to get to Ireland, put in countless more hours of tireless work to try and reunite Violetta with her 12-year-old Labrador named Tasha. Now, Tasha and Violetta were separated after the evacuations of Ukraine. After she and her family were evacuated, they were separated, and a Romanian family took in Tasha, so gave care to Tasha. But this Dublin lady actually went and actually was able to track Tasha down and was able to reunite Tasha with Violetta. And just to see the images here as well, the affection between this dog and her owner, it's just it's something you cannot put a price on. It's incredible to see the bond that's there, and 6 weeks apart. Just, you can imagine, I can't imagine myself being away from my dogs for 6 weeks. I can't imagine being separated, and especially in these circumstances, I would not, oh God, I just wouldn't be able to be separated. But it's a story that has such a happy ending, and it's wonderful to see it. It's wonderful to see that this dog has been able to be reunited, hundreds, thousands of miles maybe between Ireland and Ukraine, and they were able to be reunited. And it's wonderful to see. The full story is up on the Irish Mirror, and that actually happened on Sunday. So definitely one I'd recommend reading. I'll share the links on our own bio for this and for the article from Pete a bit later on. So I will actually share those later, and yeah, I think that's like it's so cool to see something like that. Okay, so while you have great heartwarming stories like that, there's also, I suppose, you have to touch on other items as well. So we will be talking next week with Tim Cubby from Pet Bond about this, and it's something that is called Alabama rot, and there is actually, it is a disease that is largely fatal with a 90% mortality rate, and Irish dog owners are being warned because cases have been identified in the UK with 5 deaths in dogs so far this year. And okay, to give you an idea of what it is. So this, I will share as well this article that I found online. And Alabama rot is also known as CRGB, cutaneous and renal glomerular vasculopathy. Big words there for me. I don't really do big words too well. It's a very rare but potentially life-threatening disease in dogs, causing damage to the blood vessels in the skin and sometimes the kidney. Tiny blood clots form in the blood vessels, which blocks them, and in the skin it causes ulceration, but in the kidney it can lead to severe organ dysfunction, i.e. kidney failure. Some dogs develop skin sores only, while others develop skin sores and kidney failure. Recovery expected in the former group. However, sadly, many dogs that develop kidney failure do not survive because of this disease. So, some of the symptoms to watch out for are unexplained redness, sores, swollen skin, your dog licking their paws more than usual. Additional signs may be seen if kidney problems develop, such as vomiting, and a change in their behaviour, such as not eating or being excessively tired. These later signs can develop a few days after the skin sores have appeared or at the same time. So what should you do if you suspect your dog has Alabama rot? You contact your vet immediately. The earlier this disease is suspected, the sooner treatment can be started, and your vet will decide on the best course of action for your dog, and this will involve management of the skin sores and if it has developed the sudden onset kidney failure. So obviously dogs that get to kidney failure would have to have a lot more intensive specialist treatment, and your vet may recommend referring you to a specialist. Now, we will talk more about that next week with when we chat to Tim Cubby from Pet Bond. And speaking of Pet Bond, we are going to move on now, and we are going to see what doggies Pet Bond have on their site that are looking for their forever home. Now,
if you have bills and debt piling up, a personal loan through NetCredit can provide funding up to $10,000 to help you get back on track if eligible. Visit netcredit.com today. All NetCredit loans and lines of credit are offered by a member of the NetCredit family of companies or one of our lending partners. Visit netcredit.com/partners for more information.
I think let's just see if we can use some other sound effect here. I don't really know. I have a few sound effects here. I'm going to go with this one. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, if you don't know what Pet Bond is, fantastic site. We have had we've had Tim from Pet Bond on our show many a time. So, Pet Bond, let me kind of get you an idea of exactly what Pet Bond is. Let's see. So, okay, Pet Bond is a site where you can find dogs, just pets in general, looking for their new home, and it can be from a animal sanctuary or from a respectable breeder. This means respectable and responsible breeder means that there are no puppy farms or backyard breeders, I suppose you could probably call them, on this site. So it's a really great idea. Okay, so the idea of Pet Bond is just stamp out puppy farming. That's the overall aims. And It is, to give you the, if you don't know what Pet Bond is, to give you the official description, it is a novel and groundbreaking website which allows pet parents to safely meet happy and healthy pets. It was founded and is managed by our CEO and renowned veterinary surgeon, Dr. Tim Corby. Tim has many years of clinical experience in improving the lives of thousands of pets. So, let's see, listening to the worries and horrific experience of new pet parents such as you every single day prompted Tim to create Pet Bond, which has quickly become the single most trusted place for anyone looking to meet a healthy and happy puppy with peace of mind. So, you have to be approved as a breeder to be on this, and well, like obviously, like if you're a backyard breeder, you're not going to be on this. So you are assured, pet parents are assured that they're getting like a really, like a proper breed dog, and like dogs that aren't going through really crappy like kind of like conditions, and dogs that are like coming from good respectable homes. So let's take an old quick look here. Okay, so there are quite a lot of these that are from breeders. Let me just give you an example of what's available here. So you have, there is a Milo, which is a black lab. Milo is coming from Milo is a one of a little one. He is an 11-month-old Labrador Retriever cross, and yeah, so Milo is looking for a new home. Let's have a look who else is looking for a new home. I see German Shepherd puppies that are looking for new pet owners here as well. They are purebred, straight, back black and tan. German Shepherd puppies, male and female. And the great thing is, all these dogs are wormed, they're microchipped, they're vaccinated. So that is like a really, really like good way for you to actually source your new puppy. Or if you want to give a chance to an older doggy, we have Sky that is here. Let me have a look at Sky. Sky is a Boxer Staffy cross and is about 7.5 years old. Her owner was made homeless, oh God, and she was left to try and find a new home. She's a very friendly pet and seems to have no issues. So you get an idea of the characteristics, like the pre-characteristics, size, energy. It's like a 5-dot rating, a 5-star rating system, grooming, living space, like all the different things that they need here. This is actually like, and this is this is from Renville, if I got that wrong, Cat and Dog Rescue. So that is where Sky is coming from. Let me just have a quick look here and see, is there anyone else that we could look at? You know, it's interesting doing an episode on my own. I've never actually done this before, so this is quite cool. Let's just have a quick look. You have, okay, so if you are following Limerick Animal Welfare, you would see that there was, I believe, was it 8 or 9 or maybe 10 wonderful Labrador Retriever puppies which were looking for the forever homes there last week, so or in the last few weeks. And let's have a look. Just always doggies looking for the forever home here. Let's see, there's like Douglas is looking for a forever home, and who else have we here? We have great thing about Limerick Animal Welfare as well, as they'll always share dogs that are lost or lost and found kind of, which is great. And okay, so lots of doggies there again, they're forever homes. And let's see, obviously they don't just have dogs, they have cats as well. They have horses, they have like so many beautiful breeds here. For those who are a fan of greyhounds, well, obviously they have lots of greyhounds. There's a beautiful Springer here as well. There is, I think that's a boxer. I think so. They have like so many different dogs here out Lord looking for the forever homes. Definitely recommend give 'em if you're looking for a new pup. Always just try where you can to go to your local shelter. There's always going to be a dog looking for their home at an animal shelter somewhere. And yeah, look, it makes a lot of sense to give one of these dogs a second chance. So whatever you do, if you can, just I don't like to use the phrase adopt, don't shop, because shop makes it sound like they're just an item off the shelf in Duns, which, like, to be honest, they're not. They're living beings. I would say adopt where you can first and foremost. So, moving on to our final section of the show for today. Right, so we know that there is a lot coming up over the next few months, and we will have a lot coming up ourselves. But obviously, what we're going to say focus on is the big event that is happening on the May weekend, and that is the Pups in the Park at Malahide Gardens and Castle. So, oh, excuse me, cough. Jeez, that hasn't happened in a while now. Okay, so what is happening at Malahide Gardens? Pups in the Park this looks to be an incredible event. You have quite a lot of different people on stage. I'm just going to give you an example of what's going on both days. So the schedules are up on our website. You have the arena schedules and you have the stage schedules. So on the stage schedule, let's see, you have, just to give you an idea of what's happening on Saturday, Pete the Vet. Let's see, Pete is going to be talking on the Saturday about choosing the right food for your doggy. And again on the Sunday, actually, there is going to be a dog health panel discussion with Bobby Ortiz, Susie Walsh, Vicky Rhodes and Carl McCulloch. You will have dog tales from the DSPCA. Is a dog charity panel discussion happening. And let's see. Okay, so you have preventative healthcare again with Pete the Vet. That's later on Saturday at 3 p.m. You have a dog anxiety panel discussion happening at 4 p.m. On the Sunday, again, you have some of the same panels. So you have Pete Wedderburn, you have the dog health panel discussion, dog tales from the DSPCA, the dog charity panel discussion, the preventative healthcare with Pete the Vet, and the dog anxiety panel discussion too. And of course, on the Sunday at 1:30. On the Sunday, live on stage, you will have the Big Bear podcast. This will be the first, I suppose, event on stage I've done live, and I am absolutely crapping a brick because I might seem confident behind a microphone, but I'm actually, like, in front of people, I am going to be quite nervous. So I've already asked the lads to have, like, maybe, I don't know, something stronger than a cup of coffee on stage for me, or something stronger than a bottle of water. Guys from Pups in the Park, if you're listening in, a drop of gin would be nice. Just saying, if I'm not sure if you'll allow it, but just saying if you could. Okay, so in the main arena, you will have, let me just have a quick look what's going on in the main arena. And it's the same on both days, so you will have a search and rescue demonstration, sheep hunt demonstration, fly ball, another search and rescue, another fly ball, and another sheep herding. Oh, and a gun dog display by Tambors Labradors. I might not get to see that one. I might not be up to Dublin in time. So, yeah. But look, at the obedience ring, you have Rob Walsh, the Irish Dog Fodder Boot Camp on reactive dogs both days. You have canine conditioning with Lord Jennings on the Saturday. You have scent adventures, a murder mystery adventure with dogs of size. You have Tambors Labradors again. You have, let me just see, the IAPBT on both days, and Rob Walsh is doing another session in the afternoon for both days as well. And Tambors Labradors on the Sunday, Lord Jennings on the Saturday in the evening. So you have the Agility Arena, the puppy academy. So look, you have so much going on. There's a competition corner where like we really hope to be kind of hanging out. 1:30, that really complex for our one there. The best pup in the park. So yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Golden Oldleys, top tricksters. There is so much going on, and don't forget you have the exhibitor corner as well. So let's just kind of give you a lineup of the exhibitors. You have, okay, so Paint Your Pet, Audley, Designers Photography, For Fox's Sake, for Fox's Sake, that nearly came off very wrong on me. My Companion, which is Pet Cremation, Doggos and Poppers, Dex Vets, Blue Pet, Holistic Hound, Village Vest, Shoot My Dogs, Paw Pool. Let's see, Button Up Box will be there. Perfect by Jake, Hounds and Hellies, Phoenix Park. The Irish Wolfhound Club. Let's just see. Hemp Heroes, The Barking Baker, Happy Tales. Dog Fathers. Like, I know I'm leaving out some here, but there's definitely, like, there's so much for everyone. If you want to go shopping with your dog, well, that's the day to do it. I am going to be leaving Bruno Milly myself at home this day because, well, for two reasons. One, the trip from Limerick to Dublin would just be way too much for them, especially for weather like this. It's way too much for them for that long journey. I wouldn't do it to them. Second of all, I will come home bankrupt. I might as well just hand them my card if we go shopping at the Pups in the Park, because I honestly think that, yeah, they'll just want every single thing gone. So I'll decide what to get, really. I think that's probably the best way to do it. So let's just see. I think I've pretty much covered everything. Suppose there's definitely a few things I'm looking forward to there. I am looking forward to chatting with a lot of the like, what would you call it? A lot of the people who are going to be there. I'm looking forward to chatting with the dog owners themselves, and like just getting out and about, meeting people, just getting everyone's feel on the day, and sure, like just having a great crack. And like, that's like the best way to do it. And yeah, okay, well, I think that is pretty much nearly all I have time for. I cannot believe I managed to talk half an hour on my own. I'm thirsty now. Water? Yeah, water. But, okay, so that's all for today. I never thought I would be able to talk for like a full half hour myself. But, I can. And I did not. Well, yeah, I didn't think I could waffle on this long. I turns out I can. Who knew? I will make sure for next week to have a guest lined up. We will be going into our new format, hopefully next week, and if not next week, the week after. We have our flyers, I think, as I mentioned, gone printing out, so we'll have loads of those with us on the Pups in the Park Day in Dublin. And remember, that's on Sunday that we will be there, Sunday, May 1st. It's going on both days, Saturday and Sunday. And if you haven't got your tickets yet, well, I'm kind of wondering what you're waiting for. But if you're hoping to maybe win a few tickets, we're still doing our competition over on Instagram. And we have 4 tickets to give away for the Sunday, which is May 1st, the same day that we're recording out. And just head on over to our Instagram page and you will see the post on our page. It's the one that says competition, and it's the one that everyone has commented on. So what do you have to do for that? You have to like the post, you have to be following both the Big Bad Podcast and Pups in the Park, and then tag the 3 friends you would bring in a comment underneath the post. That will close this Friday at probably around 9 p.m, 8 p.m, maybe around 8 p.m. I'll close it, and we'll announce the winner on Easter Sunday. And, well, oh God, not sure where that cough came from. Excuse me, oh God. Had to silence that for a minute. I never talked this long on the podcast before. I normally have everyone else do the talking. I just, sure, look, it's grand. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up here. If you don't follow us on Spotify on iTunes, well then get it right on over and follow us on whichever you listen to your podcast on. You will be notified of new episodes then weekly. And follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. You'll find us on the Big Bad Podcast on all of those. We are not on Tactic right now because I find it too confusing and frustrating to even set up on it. I suppose I'm in my mid-30s now, so I'm not young and hip with the whole Talkie-Tick things and those videos and randomness of all. It drives me insane, to be honest. But I'd like to stick with the old Instagram. Stick on the gram, And yeah, look guys, been my first podcast recording just on my own, so hasn't been too bad. And well, look, I'll talk to you next week. I'll be back with the new format of the Big Bet next week, and I'll have a guest or two on the show as well for you. Until then, guys, listen, have a great week, and give your dogs and any other pets that you have, to be honest, give them lots and lots of cuddles and hugs. Have a great week, guys.
The Big Bark, listen up dog owners, is for you, all you canine lovers. It's your favorite podcast, The Big Bark, with your host, Darragh and canine co-hosts, Bruno and Milly. The Big Bark.
With fast funding up to $10,000 available through NetCredit, our online application process was designed to get the money you need quickly if approved. You can borrow an amount that meets your needs and repay in a way that works for your financial situation. And we report on-time payments to credit bureaus, so you can build credit history as you repay. See what NetCredit can do for you today. Check your eligibility without affecting your credit score at netcredit.com. All NetCredit loans and lines of credit are offered by a member of the NetCredit family of companies or one of our lending partners. Visit netcredit.com/partners for more information.